Political turmoil within the UK continues to rise after a last-minute decision by the European Court of Human Rights stopped the first UK asylum seeker relocation flight to Rwanda. The flight was scheduled to leave late on Tuesday with up to 8 asylum seekers heading to Rwanda, but lawyers launched several case-by-case appeals. In Parliament today, British Home Secretary Priti Patel told MPs that the ECHR's decision did not mean that this action was unlawful. And despite this latest setback, the UK government says it's still committed to its new policy.
This government will not be deterred from doing the right thing. We will not be put off by the inevitable legal last-minute challenges, nor we will allow mobs, Madam Deputy Speaker, to block removals.
Let's head live to London and speak to our reporter Tig Enright, who joins us now live. Tig, so the plane was right there on the tarmac, ready to take off. What happened?
Yeah, that's right, Per. The plane had been chartered at a cost of a reported £500,000. It had capacity for hundreds and a planned passenger list of around 130 a few weeks ago, but that steadily dwindled down to just one before it was ultimately cancelled. Campaigners had taken a series of legal challenges here in the UK, in the courts here, kind of umbrella legal challenges against the overall policy, as well as on behalf of the individuals who were due to be deported. The UK courts didn't actually reach any conclusion as to the legality of the policy, but crucially, they didn't put a stay on deportations while they made up their minds as to whether it was indeed legal or not. And while many of the individuals or the people involved did succeed in convincing UK courts of their right to stay and have their asylum claims heard here in the UK, a small number failed. But in the case of one individual whose case was heard by the European Court of Human Rights, to which the UK is still a member, a stay was granted in that individual's case, and that prompted the UK courts to revise several other decisions, and ultimately meant that this highly controversial flight, as you pointed out, did not get off the ground.
Now, how much of a setback is this for the government's plans to send asylum seekers to Rwanda?
Well, it has to be stressed that no court has yet ruled on the legality of this policy. So no final decision has been reached by any court, be it here in the UK or in Strasbourg. It is, of course, as you point out, a highly controversial policy. It's faced widespread criticism here, not least from the future King of England. Prince Charles reportedly called it appalling. So the government for now will await these rulings. There is also the potential for them to appeal if they go against them. There's also the possibility for the UK to write this policy specifically into law, put it to a vote in Parliament, although it could face some opposition from even within the government's own ranks. But there is another way of looking at this, perhaps a more cynical view, that this policy is already doing what it's supposed to do, create the impression that Boris Johnson's government is fighting tooth and nail to defend its borders, and its efforts are being hampered by a so-called liberal elite, deepening political divides in this country. That's certainly something which appeals to Boris Johnson's support base at a time when his leadership is embattled for other reasons entirely. Per?